So, shall we kick off? Let us kick off in, well, as you usually do in cinema, with Nightmare Alley. And Sharon, I'll tell you what, you take this. You take this. You tell us what Nightmare Alley's all about.
Okay. Nightmare Alley is an homage to the sort of film noir of the 1940s. It's
Yeah.
got like a quite particular style about it, but you can certainly see it's influenced by things like Black Narcissus and those sort of rich, stylish film noir type films where you have got an anti-hero. And this one, we meet our anti-hero.
Yeah, there's a bit of double indemnity thrown in there as well.
Yes, yes, with the femme fatale. You've got an anti-hero, you've got a femme fatale, you've got a host of sort of colourful characters basically who pop up along the way.
Yeah.
So it starts off with our main character, the anti-hero, is Bradley Cooper. And the first time you see him burying a body under the floorboards of the house and then setting fire to it.
Yeah.
He then takes to the roads. This is in the 1930s, so it's after the Wall Street crash, just at the end of the Depression, and but the memory of like the Dust Bowl of the Depression years are still very current. And so he takes the road and he ends up at one of these, what they in America they call carnivals, which if you're in Britain, there's quite a different thing. But it's like a fixed fairground thing where you have rides and then you have what's I think quite unique to the American carnival fair circus. Is you have like freak shows and you have like these spectacles. So you have like the House of Horrors. You have like what they call a geek show, which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, me neither.
Which is like a wild man who is in this cave.
We have William the Boss go, is he man or is he beast?
You see it in the trailer. And then you've got people who can like electrocute themselves. You've got strong man. You've got all these different these carnival turns.
Yeah.
And Bradley Cooper sort of stumbles into this world and then he discovers he's basically got a gift for grifting, as they call it, which is like he's got the patter, he can move the crowds, he can talk to them, and he takes over the role of a mentalist, basically someone who's got these really sharp observational skills, but with an assistant they can basically take one piece of information and then sort of roll with it by different means. He has ways of basically like saying, oh, there's someone in your past begins with the letter M, oh, you've had a loss in your family, oh, they're trying to communicate with you. So basically stringing people along for the entertainment value. Then as he decides that he's quite gifted at this grifting, this mesmerism or whatever he calls it, he decides to take his show up a level. So he goes to one of these like big blue towels and he does it there, and then he sort of falls into sort of darker ways where he takes this sort of sideshow act and then to start using it for exploitative means, and then things start taking a bit of a darker turn.
Yes, and that is where the second half of the film starts, because the film it seems to be designed to be very obviously a sort of game of two halves kind of film, where you have a section which is like, obviously the bit in the carnival to begin with, and then all of a sudden it's like that ends and then that's it, boom, that's it, and then we're on to the second half of the film, and that's where I think the second half of the film is where it really gets a little bit noirish, where you start. I mean, I think if I have to say about this film, if there was things I'm going to sort of give a big thing for the film, it would be the set design. The set design is absolutely amazing in this film. Hello, Sean has just joined us. Hi, Sean.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I've been fiddling and fussing around trying to find the link again.
No problem, Sean. We know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning where you are. But it's all good. I mean, we have a baby here with us. We only have like one thing in the cinemas this week, and we're gonna try and see how it goes. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's destroying something here. So
look at that. Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about Nightmare Alley, which is obviously a film that we thought that you'd like, and we're just talking about the fact that it's like a film of two halves. But I think the set design of this is amazing. The set design of the carnival, there's one particular bit where Bradley Cooper walks into this sort of like circular thing that he's like, and I was just like, that looks amazing. Cate Blanchett's office, the office that Cate Blanchett has in this film, I could live in quite easily. But it is a gorgeous looking film. you look at, and it made me think that Cate Blanchett, she would be a star in any era of Hollywood, because you could imagine her in black and white, and you could imagine plonking her into like a Barbara Stanwyck role in a film noir, and you're like, yep, she fits. She totally
Barbara
fits.
Stanwyck, hey? Yeah.
Well, she's got that bone structure, hasn't she? She's got like that, like, I was thinking like a Marlene Dietrich in some ways, the way she just has that, the way she places her body, though, I thought there's just these angular lines. I just thought, she has that look, Yeah,
it's actually quite funny that you mentioned her bone structure, because that's one of the things I thought watching this film. I was like, oh my god, she's got really good bone structure. It's like, I was actually thinking like, it must be an absolute dream to light Cate Blanchett, because whenever light you throw on her face, the light just bounces up and catches all sorts of interesting angles. But anyway, enough about that. And I thought the design of the film was excellent. I thought that the performances were really good. I think Bradley Cooper is... The fact that Bradley Cooper, I think he doesn't say anything in this film for around about 15 minutes.
No, it's just... Because at the beginning you're thinking, is he going to say anything? And then
at the beginning of the film, you're wondering, are they going to keep... Is this going to happen for the whole film? And you're just like, what's going on? What's going... And obviously, little by little, things get revealed. And I think this film, it's not straight up a noir. It's not straight up a noir. It's not straight up like... There's a film called Freaks, which was made like... There's a film called Freaks that the first bit of the film made me think of. And so there's all these different things. There's like a coming of age. There's the depression. There's a great American story thing going on in there. And I think one of the things I like about Guillermo Del Toro is that he doesn't like telling stories linearly, or he doesn't like giving you the story that you think you're going to get. Although, having said that, one of the big things that I had against this film was the fact that I figured out how it was going to end. I figured out a very big element of how it was going to end about an hour before the film ended. And it just
give you an awful lot of information about one aspect of the carnival.
Yes.
And you're thinking, you're feeding me a lot of information here. You're basically setting up a lot of the stuff.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, otherwise, why are you giving me? There's a whole bit. What we've said in the past, it's Ibsen's gun or something, isn't it?
No, it's like, Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun.
Like if a gun is introduced in the first act, it's gonna go off by the third act. And I'm not sure. And this is one of those things where you start wondering: have I watched too many films? Have I watched too much TV? Because I was watching it going, hang on, they told us all that. There's a reason they told us all that. And then I was like, that's how the film's going to end. And straight away I was like, that's... and this film, it takes its time. It's a bit leisurely. It doesn't really have a pace to it. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes long. And I was sitting down there thinking this film is too long. I was sitting down and I was thinking, this film is just way too long. Why are we going? It's like, why are we going on that? We know how it's going to end. We know what's going to happen. We know where you're heading with this. Why are you dragging it out? And I think that for me was a big black mark against it that stopped me enjoying it, because I was pretty sure I knew how it was going to end. I knew a big part of how it was going to end, and it's not in my head. I was like, this is not going to be a nice ending. And so the rest of the film, I just felt like, this feeling of impending doom coming. I was going, I know what's going to happen. And yes, you're dragging it out. Stop dragging it out. Just get there. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved the period detail. I loved the way they went about it. But storyline and all that, I would give it a 3 out of 5, because I feel like there's bits where it lagged, and there's bits where it took its time getting places, and it didn't necessarily give you much in there. Like, Rooney Mara plays a character who might as well not be in the film. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. She might as well not be in the film, and there's a lot of great people who show up for small bits, and they're almost sort of like red herrings. You're like, oh, Clifton Collins, maybe he's gonna. Oh no, he isn't. David Strathairn, maybe he's gonna. Oh no, he isn't. Oh, Toni Collette, maybe she's gonna. Oh no, and it just keeps popping up all these people, and you're like, oh no. What are they doing here? So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5, because I thought the story, I liked the film, I loved the detail, I thought the attention to detail was brilliant, but I do feel like it's too long. And I feel like you guess the ending way too early, and then they still take ages to get there.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that, and I haven't got much more to add. Basically, I thought the same thing. I thought there's bits that were I would say, like the costumes, the look, especially when he's in his like debonair phase. I thought, you got him right in too, film from the 40s.
Yeah.
When you had the tash and you had
Essentially,
the,
with that, give him any Clark Gable role. He fits.
yeah, he was there. And earlier on, when he was like slightly rougher, I'm thinking, yeah, you're Gary Cooper at this moment. You are all those sort of 30s, sort of coming to 40s film stars. You've got that look.
Yeah.
You know, he does have it. And yeah, Kate Blanchett, stunning.
Yeah.
Some of the secondary cancers, yes, stunning. So I'd say 4 for the look of the film. But then
Yes.
I look at the substance. I'm thinking at points it went down to a 2 when I was thinking,
Yeah.
where's this going?
Yes.
And some of the detail, it was, yeah, there's just, I was thinking, yeah, because part of me was thinking, if I actually left now, you know, because not that I was going to leave, I never do, but sometimes
Yeah.
got to the point where I was like nearly 2 hours in, I was thinking, you know what, if I actually left the film now, I probably don't think I'm going to miss a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the way it's paced. So the moments where I thought this is dropping into 2 territory, where I'm thinking you need to sharpen this up a bit, and so balancing that out, I would say it was a 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has these stunning bits, and then it has bits where you go,
Just get there. Just get there already.
Yeah.
I would totally agree with that. So, Sean, when you finally do see that, let us know what you think, because this is the film that I said last week I thought that you would like, and
That's it. Yeah.
And I still think that there's bits of it that you would like. Don't worry, I'm still here. I still think that there's bits of it that you would like, but there's also bits of it that they leave you wanting. They leave you going, why would you do that? What? Give us more. And